Hello everyone, welcome back to the Class 47 Peter YouTube channel. And in today's video I'm going to be taking a look at a model that I've been wanting to get hold of for ages. And I'm not going to beat about the bush with it. But today we're going to be having a look at the Bachmann C Class in SE&CR Lined Green livery. So like I say, this is the Bachmann C Class in the South Eastern Chatham Railway Lined Green livery. This model came out last year. It has been released before in this livery some years ago, which I sadly missed out on, and I was kicking myself in the shins for that. And then it was, I think it was last year actually, or maybe even the year before that, where Bachmann announced that they were going to re-release it again. It was priced at about 200 quid, so I backed off a bit and thought I'll wait and see if it comes down in price. Most retailers are selling this for 191 quid. The retailer that's selling this for the cheapest price at the moment is Rails of Sheffield. They're selling it for 189 quid. And this is a model that I have been wanting to get for ages now. I have long wanted a C Class in this livery, and so I thought I'd buy one. It was either going to be this or one of the new Bachmann Class 117s, and so I thought I'd made a wise decision, because in buying the C Class I still have a lot more money left to buy other things, whereas if I bought the Class 117 I'd have a lot less money left. I'd have, with the 117 I'd have spent most of my money, to be honest. And you can still get the original Bachmann C Classes in this livery, but they do go for absolute silly money, to be honest with you. They go for 200 quid or even over. The highest one I've seen one go for is 500 quid. So yeah, they do go for silly money. So I thought, you know, when you've got the newer one which you can get for less money, it's a no-brainer. And so I'm dying to get this out of the box, so we're going to do that now. So in the box we have the accessory pack, we have a spare tension lock NEM coupling, but I won't be using that. We've also got the brake rigging, we've also got the speaker holder for the DCC sound decoder, we have some fire irons in there, a couple of screws, there's also a screw link coupling, and we also have cab doors. So some of these details I shall fit on the model later on. And also we have the instruction manual for this model, which I won't be boring you with, because we've all seen it before. It's all the stuff that we're used to seeing, so we've seen it all before. So that'll be put to one side to go in my folder where I keep all my instruction manuals. So here we have the C Class out of the box, and the first thing I have to say is wow. In this livery the C Class is a gorgeous model. So the best place to start off with this model is definitely the detail. So for a start we do have metal sprung buffers on the model, which are a standard now with most models, and I do love the metal finish on them, especially what looks like the chrome finish on them. That makes them look really nice. We've also got a screw link coupling already pre-fitted on the model, and a pre-fitted vacuum pipe or brake pipe. We've also got rivets on the buffer beam with the loco's running number crisply applied on that, and separately fitted lamp irons. On the front of the smoke box we have some rivet detail, always nice to see. We've also got separately fitted smoke box door darts, And you've got the smoke box door hinges as well, and they've been painted in a chrome colour, and they look really nice, makes them stand out. And you've also got a separately fitted lamp iron as well. We also have a separately fitted metal handrail on the model, and it's in a chrome finish as well, which I do really like on this because it makes it stand out. On the running board we have some rivet detail. We've also got the wheel splashes or wheel arches, whichever you choose to call them, and we have a sandbox in the middle wheel arch with a separately fitted metal handrail on it. We've also got some steam pipe in there which is painted and looks really nice. You don't get any detail under the boiler, but you do have some visible daylight there. This bit of detail you see on the sides here, on the boiler and on the firebox, that is moulded. On the boiler we have the dome and the safety valves. They're not finished in chrome like on the H Class from Hornby, but they are painted in a gold colour, just like the Hatton's P Classes. And as nice as it would have been to have had a actual brass finish to it, it still looks nice otherwise, even though it has been painted. On the cab roof we have a whistle which looks to be made out of turned metal by the looks of it. We also have plenty of rivets on the roof and a roof vent which doesn't open on the model. Now I'll turn my attention to the cab interior detail, and the cab interior detail is all painted. Every single bit of detail has been picked out and painted, and I just absolutely love it. You've got the cab floor which is made of wood, just like on the floor in the tender, and you've got lovely plank detail and it's been painted. You've also got the inside of the cab as well as even under the roof there, which has been picked out and painted. You've even got the firebox as well, which has also been painted in what looks like either a brass or a copper colour. That looks superb. But also take note of all the controls that are in the cab. You've got the regulator, the gauges, the lever and the dials, and these little hand wheels there, etc. It's all been painted, and I do absolutely love to see all the painted cab interior detail in the cab painted, because it really does add detail to the model. And you've even got these bits here inside the cab which are meant to be chrome, and they've been painted as well, along with the separately fitted handrails there on the sides of the cab. It just looks absolutely stunning. On the tender face plate you have the foot plate. You've also got the handbrake. You've also got those cabinets there where they store things in. And also I love how part of the livery has been painted on the front there, on the inside of the tender. As you can see here and here. And also this part of the top as well has also been painted in the colour of the loco, and it just looks absolutely gorgeous. And you've also got the tender buffers as well, and rivets on the tender buffer beam. So now I turn my attention to the livery application, and I really do love this livery. I think it's gorgeous. Beautiful shade of green, very nice and evenly applied, no errors in the paintwork anywhere. And you've also got the beautiful crisp lining. You have the lining on the foot plate, on the footsteps, you got it on the wheel splashes, the boiler bands. You've even got it on the cab and on the tender. It just looks stunning. And even right down to the SE&CR lettering, crisply applied on the tender sides, this livery is just beautiful. So now we move on to the tender, and so we have tender doors, as you can see. We've also got the footsteps, and we have the tender frames, we have the axle boxes and the springs, and there are metal wheels on the tender. Again, beautiful crisp livery application. And something else I also love as well are again the chrome metal handrails on the tender. It's the chrome handrails that really do make the livery stand out, I think, and they do add to the model. They do look really nice, I think. The tender has a removable coal load, which I shall demonstrate. And it is made out of metal, so you could still fit a real coal load on the tender, but you can also scatter a real coal load on top of this one. On the rear of the tender we have, again, separately fitted chrome handrail. We get a lamp iron and we have steps for the crew to climb up to the water filler cap. Again, crisp lining on the rear of the tender. We have a pre-fitted vacuum pipe and separately fitted lamp irons. A NEM tension lock coupling, which will be replaced with a hump coupling. And again, like with the loco, spool metal buffers. On the other side of the loco we have a Stirling steam reverser. We also have some steam piping, and we also have some more pipe work, which is moulded on the model, but you know, regardless of that, it has been painted and it still looks nice, even if it would have been nicer had it been a separately fitted part. But you know, even if it's moulded, it has been painted, so it still looks nice. But every other detail you see on this side of the loco is the same as on the other side. So first impressions then, this model is really impressive, and already I have fell in love with this model. Gorgeous livery, it has got superb detailing, and I'm just happy with it so far. So now I've got to get her running and see how she performs, because I haven't tested this model yet. So we'll go and do that now. So now we come to the running performance for the C Class, and as you can see, she runs smoothly, which is how we expect these models to run when they're open straight from the box. And that's quite smooth, that is, like cutting a knife through butter. No motors burning out or stuttering movement. It runs nice and smooth. So we're going to let her run in before we put a load behind her. So after this loco has had a bit of running in, it seems to be making a squeaking noise, as you can hear. That's definitely coming from the loco, not the tender. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some lubrication on those crank pins, because I have a feeling that that might be causing the issue. I mean, that does sound really squeaky, as you can hear. So I'll give this model some lubrication and we'll see if that makes a difference. Let's hope it does. Situation update, viewers. I have put some lubrication oil on the crank pins and that's cured the squeaking. And she's done a couple of laps already and she sounds perfectly fine. So if you get this locomotive, it's probably best that you lubricate the crank pins first, or if you do get this problem of it squeaking, you know how to cure it. Bit of lube on the crank pins and that sorts it. It has done with mine. So now we come to the loaded test run for the Bachmann C Class. And so we've got it pulling the 3 Mornsel coaches around the layout. And this loco does go quite well with these coaches. Would be nice to get my hands on the Bachmann birdcage coaches in the SE&CR dark light livery at some point. So now that we've covered the model in detail and we've looked at its running performance, what do I think of this model? Well, first of all, is this model worth the money? Well, in my view, I wouldn't buy this model for the silly prices that it goes for on eBay and a few other sites, because, you know, to be honest with you, this model isn't really worth anywhere over 200 quid. You know, I certainly wouldn't pay that sort of money for this model. If you can get this model, which you can, from retailers for cheaper prices, a lot cheaper prices, for about, you know, 191 quid or even 189 as I paid for this one, it's a no-brainer. And it is a gorgeous model. We'll ignore the fact that this model had to have lubrication on crank pins because it made a squeaking noise. That's not really a big issue because, you know, over time you will need to service the models anyway, so that's not really a big deal. And besides, that's cured the problem, as you've seen and heard. And this is a great little model. I'm happy with it. I can't really pick fault with it because at the end of the day, it works, it runs. It's got beautiful detail. It's a gorgeous model, especially in the SE&CR livery. I'm happy. So I would definitely recommend you buy this model. If you want to wait for it to come down lower in price, then fair enough, but I would definitely recommend this model. And it will go well with the H class and the P class that I have in this livery as well. So I'm looking forward now to the Wainwright D class coming out soon from Dapple, being produced exclusively for Rails to Sheffield, which I have pre-ordered one of those in the South Eastern Chatham Railway livery, so I'm looking forward to that. And it will be nice now to see some of these other South Eastern Chatham Railway locos as well in RTR. I would like to see the O1 next, because that would just look the nuts with the C class. So that brings me on to the end of this review of the Bachmann C Class. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish with a few shots of this loco with the Mornsel coaches running around the layout. So thanks for watching and I hope you've enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you like what you see, and feel free to smash the like button and post a comment. Check out all my other videos I have on the channel, and I'll see you again next time. Stay safe and take care.